Hey, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so this is my third time shooting this video. And man, this gimbal has just about sent me over the edge. I just can't seem to get it where I want it to be. Me and gimbals just have a bad relationship, I think. Like, have you ever seen Office Space where they take that copier out in the field or fax machine or whatever it was, and they just mash it into a million pieces? That's the relationship that I have with the gimbal. Like, I've literally contemplated taking this gimbal and mashing it up against a tree into about a million pieces and letting it just sit there. Is how frustrated I've been with this gimbal up until this point. Now finally, I got in the quick release plate that you can order separately, a $90 upcharge I might add. And it seems to be working a little bit better because you get a little bit of adjustment front and back. So up until this point, I couldn't get the gimbal to balance because the back kept hitting, like the camera, back of the camera, the back of the arm wouldn't swing all the way back like that because of the camera, everything on it so front heavy. But the quick release plate seems to help a little bit. Doesn't mean I'm out of the woods yet, but it has helped a little bit. So today, we're just doing a simple little video now. I have my friend and her daughter want me to take some fall pictures of them. And wanted to come out and kind of pre-test this spot to see what it would look like. I don't think it's never a good idea while you're out on a shoot to be experimenting, especially when you have little kids involved. So I came out here today to do a little bit of a test to see what this shot would look like. I have my Sony or my Tamron 150-500 with me, and I think that's what this shot calls for. If you look at these trees back over here in a few weeks, they turn the deepest, darkest red, and they're really pretty. And of course, we're going to take some pictures over there when they, get to a decent color. But I want to see if that 150-500 will be good for portraits. Now, obviously, I know the 150-500, you're not going to get this, super duper blurry background or anything like that, but it will compress the background really good. So hopefully, I can sit her up on this hill and sit down and take the picture down this gully. I want my camera kind of up like that and compress those trees in the background so it look like the trees are just right. They're sitting in the tree. So that's what we're doing right now. It's kind of taking a pre-shot for the portrait session coming up. Okay, so what I got going on is I'm down here. Hopefully you can see me. I don't know for sure. And I got my backpack sitting up there representing my friend and her small child. And we're just gonna take some pictures with the 150-500 to see if I can get the trees placed right in the background with good compression. So here goes nothing, I guess. And what I can tell, I think that's gonna work out really good. At 500 millimeters, it's just a little bit too punched in for my liking. So I found about 250 millimeters or less. About 250 to 200 millimeters is the right setting for this particular shot because 500 millimeters is too close at this range. So I'm gonna step back just a little bit farther. Hopefully there's no snakes back there and see if I can get a little bit better shot at 500. So I think this definitely is a viable option. Those trees over, you can see they're already starting to turn. So here in a couple of weeks, I think they'll be nice and red, deep dark red like they turn. All the test pictures I shot, they all look pretty good. This lens only goes down to 6.7, but I think I'm gonna have to use a little bit higher f-stop because I don't want the background to be completely blurred out. I want it to have a little bit of, you know, you can see what's going on back there. See that those are trees. Get a little definition in them so you can see what's going on. So I think f8, f10 is going to be where I want to be living. As far as this gimbal goes, like obviously the footage is going to look better than anything that I could do with this Sony ZV-E10. Like it's going to look better than the active stabilization. Now that I could use the catalyst browse, and I just don't have the time for that. It's just a pain in the butt, especially if you have a lot of little clips and everything. It just takes forever to do that. So I was hoping the gimbal would help, you know, make my footage look good while I'm walking around like this. And I'm sure it'll look good, but my question is, like, would it have been just as easy to grab my GoPro and just put it on a selfie stick? I'd have had this video done a long time ago. And not had to worry about the stabilization or the balancing or any of that stuff. I don't know. Such is my experience with gimbals. It's shaky at best, but I'm sure the footage looked good. As far as gimbal goes, once I got this thing balanced, it is nice, but I don't know. The jury's still out on that bad boy. I noticed that even though I have it at 11 millimeters on this APS-C body, it's still pretty tight. It's still pretty tight. I mean, you can only hold it out so far before your arm gets tired. So I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Hopefully it will. We'll just have to get it back in the thing and see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. This video has just about sent me over the edge, I'm not gonna lie to you. Between the gimbal and the memory card and everything else involved, I mean, it's just so easy. All I did was walk out there about 100 yards, take a few pictures and walk back. Shouldn't be that hard of a video. Bro, sometimes these videos just push you over the edge. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Anyway, hopefully a little bit. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. This has been a complete comedy of errors. I was out here filmed the host segment, and then realized, and when I went to grab my camera, it said the car was full. That's just a typical way things go. So I have no idea where to stop during the middle of the recording. So we're just gonna do a short recap. Man, sometimes filming videos is just a pain in the ass.